morning, everyone, and happy Friday. Welcome to Energy Medicine with Monica. I'm Monika Marzak, your host and practitioner, where we meet every Friday online to shift what is ready to be shifted, heal what is ready to be healed, transmute what is ready to be transmuted within your whole body mind so that you can get back to fuller health and enjoy life with a little bit more ease. So in today's work, what I wanted to focus on was two things. First is the brain. So if the brain is not functioning well, then all of the systems are not functioning well. So I really want to hone in on brain health and the things impacting cellular communication within the brain, the two hemispheres of the brain if they're not communicating well. I want to focus on the corpus callosum that sits in the midbrain, and then also, I want to dump from the brain resignation and apathy, and almost like an aversion or intolerance to having said hearing things said plainly. So I really want to pull away the detritus that's blocking cellular communication, that's blocking the synapses. And oh, I'm already feeling dizzy doing this. And also, whatever is affecting my brain health. So, you are one gigantic brain, right? You've got your head brain, you've got your heart brain, you've got your gut brain. But this is why we say the body mind. The body mind. It's one huge brain working together in this beautiful symphony. And then when communication gets kind of frazzled or the connections are not being, the broken telephone type syndrome, then the system can go awry and show up. This miscommunication can show up in the systems and in the body. So going into the world's brain, and it just feels completely fried. So I'm going to do a hydration. We're going to do a replenishing of electrolytes. We need more, that it feels like there's more salt needed, even a slight increase of cholesterol. Now, I'm not talking about dangerous levels of cholesterol. You can look at that into that for yourself, but also be discerning about the information that you're reading and the information that you're getting. And notice that from, the 80s and the 70s, how the bar has changed. Now, I'm not going to get into medical stuff because I am not a medical practitioner. I am not a doctor, but I do like to look at a bunch of different information coming from various sources so that I could feel within myself, within my gut, what feels right for me, for my body. So I'm bringing that to your awareness so you can do your own kind of um, investigative work or research, and then let the gut mind, the gut brain discern what's good for you and what's needed for you. So sometimes, a vitamin C might be needed or an orange might be needed, and the next day your body's like, no, I don't need that. I need an apple or a piece of meat. So I digress. So you're going to do your own research for that. But I'm going into the brain and seeing that it's not being fed well. It's just really starving for omega-3s, for healthy fats. So fats from olive oil, from liver, from beef, from even chicken, from proteins, but really that fat. So butter, ghee, coconut oil, almond oil, or avocado oil or avocados, that really healthy fat. I can feel the brain going, sucking it up. So we're bringing in nutrition here to the brain and also salt. It feels really dehydrated, and electrolytes to help balance and replenish the brain's health of it, right, on the nutritional level. And getting the right nutrition really is going to help you think clearly, which brings me into what I was saying before, an aversion I'm noticing an aversion of hearing things plainly, wanting to hear information fluffed up so it doesn't offend you, so it doesn't trigger you. And I see triggers in a whole completely different way. If something is triggered within me and I'm feeling really tight and contracted, something happened or someone said something, and I'm having a really strong reaction, which is very different than having a response. I'm having a knee-jerk reaction, then I know that within me somewhere, a wound or something that I've ignored or have intended to is coming up for my attention. And then saying that someone else is responsible for the way that you feel. Well, you've got it a little bit. It's like, how can anyone make you feel? And we've got a whole world of saying, you made me. So diverting responsibility of your experience onto someone else and trying to control your whole life and all of those around you so that you feel safe and comfortable. So I want to start dumping that out of the brain and refocusing the light here back on the self, back on yourself so that you can actually start to explore the wound that's coming up to be healed and not hold everyone else accountable for you, the way that you feel or the way that you see things or your experience of things. Now, I'm not saying extreme violence or, perpetrating any kind of violence onto somebody else, but this is about turning the light inwards for insight. So the third eye, so you into myself, I see that insight. I can look at all the nooks and crannies within me that haven't assimilated or digested, whatever it is I'm rejecting or avoiding. So we're clearing this out of the brain, the corpus callosum, and I'm going to do this by tapping the cortices, and whatever you're ready to shift, it's just going to happen spontaneously. You don't have to think about it. You don't have to do anything about it. You don't have to voice your emotions. They're meant to be felt, not heard. Now, I'm not talking about staying silent and censoring yourself. And we're really shifting the consciousness here that others make me and others are responsible for my experience. So you can come back to yourself and start looking inward. And this is where the healing happens. Trying to control everything out there to make you feel safe and secure is not going to really do anything for you. It's going to hurt you. It's going to hurt you more, which leads me into an invitation for a separate type of work that I'm doing, a group work called Monika Uncensored, where we come together in space, completely uncensored. You can come as the hot mess that you are. You don't have to dress a certain way, do a certain thing. Come as you are so that we can get to the root of what's stressing you and by shedding a light on it, by actually looking at it. See, looking at the thing that stresses you out in this not compassionate, but this honest, real, vulnerable place, healing can take place. And we come together as a family, a little come out of whatever repressed closet you're living in and join us as we do this important work because effectively everyone's healing is everyone's healing. So your healing and my healing, we're all intertwined in some way. We're all one. There's no separation. So I'm sure that you'll relate to the stories being shared. And I hope you'll join me. So if that is something you're interested in, please reach out to me personally. It will not be held on YouTube. These will not be recorded. This is very private work. So you can join the group and get a different dose of care of TLC. Great. So thank you all for being here with me. I hope this shift serves you well. Notice if you're thirsty, you can add a little pinch of salt to your water. So not table salt. We're talking about Himalayan or Celtic salt. with a little squeeze of lemon to help replenish those electrolytes if you feel called to. Please, when you're watching this or hearing this work, it's not meant to be experienced while you're busy. So, driving, washing the dishes, taking care of the kids, doing work. This is a moment for you in its entirety, just for you to experience yourself in a different way, in a whole new way. So, thank you so much for being here. Please like, share, and subscribe. And I do hope you join me and the rest of the group for this new group that I've put together called Monika Uncensored. Have a great weekend and see you all next time.